Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Welcome to the morning hookup. Bill XYZ back on the ones and twos as we get you prepared, head you into the weekend here on the morning hookup. Another kind of a weird kind of morning out.
Doesn't feel like a Friday.
It doesn't. It feels like a day you want to be home.
Curled up in a blanket.
Yeah. Maybe a little coffee, a tea, or whatever your fancy is in the morning. A little sports center maybe. Or you're watching a little early golf right now. Fireplace going.
What's this one today? The 3M Open?
3M Open, yeah. It's actually a pretty decent field as you look at it. I mean, obviously you look around, it's some of the, the guys trying to get FedEx points, a lot of them. They're probably all going, man, why did Scotty Scheffler show up? Because it's the first time he's ever teed it up there. He described it as it was a tournament he needed to play without such a long break before the FedEx Cup. He would have too much time off. Got
to stay warm.
Yeah. So he was doing it. And then, boy, did he do it yesterday. 665. 65 yesterday. It's a course that you can get after. Right now, is it Ben Coles, 12 under par, off to a 3 under start today. Out and running. Gary Woodland up there. Scotty hasn't gone off yet. But they're like, man, Scotty, you just stay home this week? It's all in preparation. Get ready for the FedEx for Scotty. But it could be nice just to be sitting there watching with a blanket and some other stuff, right? And be all right. All right on a Friday. Morning, Flood X10. You weren't here yesterday, but your Sox, you guaranteed the first win. You got it.
Yeah.
And then the streak ended.
Yeah,
which is fine.
They tied
the Red Sox record.
Yeah, they ran out of arms. They ran out of juice from the batting order. Really, it all started in the first inning. They gave up 4 in the first inning. I think they lost 5-1, 5-2.
Yep.
So, but again, can't really be too upset about losing that game. You just won 15 in a row. You won.
Yeah, I mean,
you won 19 out of 21.
Yeah, I mean,
you put yourself back in the playoff push. You're fine. Would have been great to break that franchise record, but
it's
still got a lot of ball to play.
A lot of ball. There's a lot of baseball left when you look at it. I mean, they're at like 102 games, just over 100 games.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still 60-ish to play in this one coming up this week. They'll get a chance to restart. They didn't even play today. They got a couple of days off. I didn't even see them on the schedule today.
They do play today.
Do they?
They got the Blue Jays today.
What am I looking? Oh, that was yesterday. Sorry.
Blue Jays at home
today. I don't know why he did that to me. It just didn't pop up. Yeah, they're going to get the Blue Jays. There you go. At home to restart something else going on.
The best thing about this for the Red Sox is what we've talked about, the trade deadline and what they're going to do the last couple of weeks. Came out this morning that there's reports they're going to be aggressive buyers.
Let's go.
They got their eyes set on Zach Neto from the Angels, C.J. Abrams from the Nationals, and Shea Langoliers from the Athletics. So,
okay, so they are. There you go.
Yep.
That we said that a couple of days ago. Like this weekend, a lot will tell you what teams are going to do. Right? You look at some of the series that are happening this week. Kansas City, Detroit. What does Detroit do? Obviously got the number one tradable guy out there in Skubal.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do with him? What are they going to get for him? Big series for a couple of guys. Got Yankees and Phillies this week. Big series there. Atlanta heads to Baltimore. Can they get a few out there? A team that's been talked about, a big-time sell job, that's the Mets. Dodgers, Mets. Mets have the arms.
Mm-hmm.
Who scoops up all those arms? Couple teams that are near the top or at the top this weekend. The Guardians, Rays in Tampa Bay, where all of 500 people might show up for that one. Houston, they're probably in the selling market. Do they sell? They've got the White Sox this week in Chi-Town. A couple interesting teams you look at that we talked about. One of those is like St. Louis. What are they going to do? They're like, it's a weird team, right? We talked about this a little bit where it's like, what do you do if you're a team like that? Because right now, if you look at some of those odd teams that you want to look at. It's like, I mean, you got the Diamondbacks, the Pirates, Cardinals, Marlins, Nationals. Diamondbacks hold the last spot in the wild card. But then you got the Pirates, Cardinals, Marlins, Nationals, all within 2. And then the Padres are an interesting too. They've fallen 4 back in the wild card now. They've historically been aggressive buyers.
Yeah. The thing about a lot of those teams in the National League, we talk about the Red Sox being aggressive buyers. I think these teams will be buyers, but not necessarily aggressive buyers.
Yeah, because like I said, you got the Red Sox are 2 games up now in the wild card. But what happens behind them is interesting, because you got the Mariners, Twins, Orioles, Astros. Those teams are with 2 to 3.5 of the wild card. Mariners are an odd one, because right now they are what? Like, that division just stinks out loud. They're a half game back, and there's not one team right now over 500. There's one at 500, and they're leading the division. Interesting. Yucky division. But again, this weekend is going to tell you a lot with those teams. A lot to get to today. We're going to talk a little Husker football. We talked a lot of it this past week so far. I want to look at how you're feeling. There are a lot of early bowl predictions out there. Will it make you feel good or bad about where we're going to be at with these bowl predictions? Have a look at the playoff, what's happening, who they're predicting to be in the playoff. I mean, you won't be surprised. We look at some NFL stories. Camps are opening up. Camps are getting started. Kind of look at the quarterbacks in each division and how important those quarterbacks are going to be in the division. LeBron is still holding the NBA captive. He's not budging right now, even though they can't get some stuff done without him saying where he's going. Mozi, the Almanac, will join us in hour number 2. A lot to get to there with some state Legion baseball. I think he sent you some clips too, by the way, that we'll get to. Some of his calls. Legion brackets are out, all that good stuff. Coming up. And a whole lot of you guys. Feel free. Chime in. Throw us a question. Give us a call. 402-489-1240. Morning Shane, or jump on YouTube. Share the YouTube page if you like the Morning Hookup. Click it, subscribe it, do all that good stuff. Or you can jump on Facebook as well. We're there. We are there. See the faces as we get started. Husker football. Boy, the predictions are out there. This is the fun season where it's the lists are coming out.
Lists and tiers and
hardest defense, hardest offense. And again, how does the O-line stack up? How does the this and that? So we talked a lot about schedule over the past few days. Yesterday, we got into the FPI, ESPN FPI came out. And that's the one that models each game, predicts each game, gives you the percentage of chances to win those games. ESPN has you about an 8-4 with some of the models. They got it. I know. See? Go ahead. It's got some models there. 8-4. One of those is like a 50.8% chance predicted. Some of those are flipped upside down where it's, Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State, 10 to 15% of chance or less to win those games.
Mm-hmm.
An Iowa matchup where it's got you at 35% chance to win it. But they've got you predicted. If you're looking at just solely looking at the percentages, right around 8-4. You're not convinced.
I just try and take those predictive models with a grain of salt. They're a good thing to look at, but I'll see the product on the field and then give my predictions.
So we had that going on out there. So here's a couple bowl predictions, and it's more of the checking the pulse, because I've said this Husker team we need to be realistic. It's been really quiet from there, which I really appreciate right now. Now, does it help us talk about Husker football? No, because they don't give us anything quite yet, but it's been quiet. Shouldn't be a lot to talk about anyway right now. Okay. We got to go do stuff. I looked at a couple models, and the question being here is that does it do enough? And I've said this. I think we need to focus on getting back to the bowl games on a consistent basis, where bowl games every year they're meaning less and less and less, whether it be the numbers, the attendance, the opponent, the transfer market, whatever that is, right? Whatever. Bowl predictions, a few of them out there that I looked at. The Music City Bowl, Nashville. You get an SEC opponent in South Carolina. That's predicting. Nebraska, South Carolina. I think this is real because I think the bowl game you get will make you feel differently. Music City Bowl is one of them. That's a great spot. Nashville, get to go. Maybe get out there and go see it. The other predicted one I saw was, I think this would be the one that's like, oh, here we go again. We have gone nowhere. The Pinstripe Bowl against NC State. I think that's the tale of two emotions. How you'd feel about Nebraska and their season. Or does it matter? Or is right now the only thing you care about is seeing 7 wins, 8 wins, or whatever?
It does matter. To your point, Nebraska does need to just that needs to be the focus is getting back to a bowl, because it's so hard to just entirely flip your program from where it's been at to getting back to Big Ten championships and national championships. It's not realistic. It just doesn't work like that. It's something that has to be built over time. There's one anomaly in college football in recent years that has been able to do that, and it's Indiana. Other schools, they don't do that. You had maybe Michigan State a couple years ago with Mel Tucker, where they were a top 10 team in the country, but then they go back to right where they are. If you want to be the program that's consistently good, it doesn't just flip in 1 year. It has to be something that progresses over time. So that needs to just be the benchmark, is getting to a bowl game. And truthfully, like, what bowl game is it? No, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. I think it's just getting there, right? But it is going to have a different emotion from Pinstripe to Music City to what the level is, because I think you'll judge Nebraska football or any program probably based on what bowl game you're at.
Absolutely.
Pinstripe, been there, done that. Right? Been there, done that. What's the progression? I think as you get more wins, the bowl game should reflect that, which goes, all right, we are moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on a brand, just based on a name of a bowl game, a location. You keep going to the same bowl games over and over, you're like,
you're stuck.
It gets as old as the pre-hype videos that we see every fall camp.
Mm-hmm.
Is where I get to. It gets old. It just gets old.
Oh, we're going to go play Boston College.
Yay. NC State, yay. Who has the easiest schedule on paper in the entire country.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at their models. Terry, good morning. That's all I'll say. It's a golf hat. Not trying to be anybody but us. It's a golf hat. Good morning. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for the comment.
They do have the predictive model for the, which is probably no surprise for the college football playoff, the 12. Right now, they project Ohio State 1, Georgia 2, Texas 3, Notre Dame 4. That's your top 4. Indiana in the 5 spot, Oregon 6, Miami 7, Oklahoma 8, A&M 9, LSU 10, Tech 11, Boise State, that outlier there at 12. To get you into the 12. Texas Tech is interesting. They got in one of the other it's the easy schedule thing going on.
And they're absolutely loaded.
Loaded and probably more of a down Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at it. More of a down Big 12. But that with it also, by the way, the SEC again trying to break the streak. Right? Have they gone 3? Has it been 3 years in a row? Big 10, 3 straight years?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 guys, 6 or 7. into the playoff predicted for SEC.
Well, and then speaking of down year for a Big 12, is there any other team in the Big 12 that could maybe even put up a fight? If you're looking at this conference, what other team in this conference could come out of it and go to the playoff?
I'm going there right now because I haven't looked at this in a while. Let's see standings.
BYU maybe. Iowa State just lost everybody and their coach. Kansas, no. Colorado, no.
It probably is BYU. Tech's gonna, obviously minus their situation at quarterback, they've got a quarterback who will return from injury.
Mhm.
It probably is BYU. Again, you got to play it all on paper. I get it. You got to play it. You got to get in the game. You got to play. But Tech looks to have like a kind of a clearer path when you start taking a peek at it.
Easily your favorite in the Big 12.
I mean, their schedule, by the way.
Far and away.
Oh, far and away. Their schedule, we talked about this the other day. Abilene Christian, Oregon State, Houston, Sam Houston State. Their Big 12 schedule at Colorado, which is going to be a disaster. Arizona State, Cincinnati, Arizona, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Baylor, TCU. They don't even have BYU on the schedule.
Won't see them until likely the Big 12 championship game. And that's if BYU
looks to be a pretty lackadaisical conference this year. Right? I mean, they might even be better than they might not be as good as the ACC this year.
Even a team like Utah just lost their head coach.
Winning and they lost their coach. Probably when you lose a coach like that, you lose your identity.
Mm-hmm. There's not one team in this conference that I'm like, oh, this could be a playoff team other than Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm. Interesting predictions. I know it is good. We know, guys, it is way too early, but it's just interesting. I think a lot of the Husker talk football-wise is going to be an optics conversation this year, right? To me, I just want to make sure it's less about style points and more about wins. But we're going to be looked at from the optics. How bad did you beat this team? Did you cover spreads? That's where it's a lot of people. You're going to be judged that way this year. Year 4, right? Year 4. The comment disappear. Thank you. In year 4, those conversations start to happen. Just an interesting way to look at it. I'm trying to look at this at different angles. Obviously, got FPI saying 8 wins. We're not going there yet. We're going to get through Big Ten Media Days. We're going to get through fall camp. We'll start breaking down opponents. Make our final official yearly predictions like everybody does. But I think for me, looking at this year will be an optics conversation in year 4. And I think some of those optics will come in whatever bowl game you end up at. I mean, questions going forward as optics are as you get to that is how does the 26 year shake hands with the 27 class? Whether it be a quarterback, whatever room you're in, whatever progress you end up trying to make. But there's a total optics conversation being had right now, in my opinion, looking at it. Somebody want to say hi?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Next segment. Yes, we got Dave on the line.
Okay, so Dave's going to come back and talk to us. I appreciate that. So, all right, well, let's do it. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll jump into some NFL stuff, NFL stories, camps, talk about quarterbacks, and we'll talk to Dave when we return.
Yeah, I just removed the comment.
I'm not trying to be anybody but us, man. Thanks for, I don't know, not trying to be, not a mean guy. Appreciate you taking the time to comment and say hi. I heard that, and I think it's hilarious. Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. Thanks for hanging out with Happy Husker Homer Friday. So much love in the world. Just spread it. Just spread it.
Positive energy.
Positive energy. Positive. And it's cloudy out, man. Turn the frowns upside down. Let's have a day. It'll be another, like, kind of a mild day. Hot weather coming this weekend. Get yourself prepared for indoor activities. The pools will be hot. Boiling water in the pool comes Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Go to the pool to cool off and doesn't even do anything. It's like you're jumping into a pot of boiling water.
Boy, NFL camps, man. You got a couple teams in camp right now, and a lot of quarterback news right now after today. Cardinals, Jacoby Brissett says he'll practice in the mid-contract talks, so he's going to be at camp.
That has to be one of the weirdest holdouts ever.
I don't understand it.
A guy like Jacoby Brissett with the Cardinals. Well,
look, man, he's probably like, look, I'm going to get beat up this year a lot.
Yeah, true, man. But
I'm going to be your guy.
Sometimes you got to look in the mirror, though. You know, you're not Tom Brady, man.
He set out most of their offseason program. He's back at practice. They're trying to get an extension done. It'd be interesting to watch. They've got, who else they got? They got, what, Gardner Minshew, I believe, on that roster, and maybe Carson Beck. Yeah. So that's in the news. Mendoza got his deal done. See that deal? He inked his rookie contract, so now they can get that process started. He went 4-year, a little over $57 million, fully guaranteed with a 5th-year option. That's a big-time contract.
Does that tell you anything about this year? You still,
we
still think he takes a year behind Kirk?
Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little bit yesterday. We were talking about, like, when, from the rookie side, when do you – I mean, I think Kirk will be their guy to get started from a mentorship to get going. But it's like what – their schedule is not easy to decide on when to put him in. If you looked at it, it was like, ugh. I mean, this is what we went over yesterday from the Mendoza side. Mendoza side. Where are we at here? Sorry. Boys, I just going here. Good radio. Hooks today, good radio. So this is what it looked like for them from a schedule perspective. I mean, they open up with the Dolphins. Probably not going to start game 1. But then they go Chargers, at Saints, Chiefs, Patriots, Bills, Rams. Maybe November, when they open up November, depending on how it's going, but assume it's probably not going to be going fantastic. At the Jets.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the start, but then it's just a gauntlet. Jets at 49ers, Seahawks at Buffalo. At Denver, at Cleveland. one of the tougher slates they got coming up. But it's when you insert him in is a big question. Also, probably not surprising, Ravens waive rookie quarterback Diego Pavia before training camp.
Fork found in kitchen.
So he will move on.
Wish the best of luck
Yeah.
to Mr. Pavia.
Yeah.
Maybe Chevrolet is hiring. Maybe.
So a lot of quarterback news going on, which the discussion is look at the divisions and let's look at quarterbacks a little bit and how the quarterbacks are going to drive these divisions. Start with your division. 2-team race, probably. Look at the quarterbacks, how they're going to drive that division. May, Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Right? May, Allen. That's where you're at. You look at that division. I think in a really interesting quarterback division is AFC North as we get there, but I think we might have Dave on the line before we get there. Dave wants to hang out. Dave, is that Dave? We got Dave. Hey, Dave. How we doing?
Bill.
Happy Friday.
Hey, I was scrolling ESPN yesterday, and I happened to see, I clicked on NCAF and looked on scores.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of surprised to see Nebraska favored by 23 over Ohio. That's way too many points.
It's interesting,
Ohio,
isn't it? It's interesting.
Yeah,
what have they've gone? Is it 9 straight years now on the unders of win total?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to bet soon, going to August in Vegas and putting my $60,000 down on the under. Yeah. So, but it should be 6.5. But on the Ohio game, I was surprised it was 23. I mean, Ohio's got 8 guys back on defense and 7 on offense. They got an experienced quarterback. And if you watch the UNLV game last year, man, they had a great game plan against Calandria. They covered both ends, and they had a spy when Calandria was running, and that's how he got those fumbles and interceptions, So, yeah, that's just way too many points for a first game of the year, And Ohio is going to be fired up for that.
Yeah, and those first games are always pretty clunky.
Yeah. You could always tease it up to 30 too, But I just wanted to call since you guys are talking about football. But yeah, I'm gonna make it 10 years in a row. My bet on the under Nebraska. So keep going until it loses.
That's right.
So okay, you guys take care.
Thanks,
Friday.
Dave. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend.
Okay.
9 years in a row on the unders. Dave's been a all-in guy on the unders all 9 years.
Just keep rolling it over.
Keep rolling it over. Going back to the NFL real quick, we talked to that division. I think an interesting quarterback division, you start looking at these divisions, and some of them are by name. You look at the AFC North, Bengals, Joe Burrow. Healthy, back. What does he get to do? Who's the quarterback going to be? There's names. Who's going to be the quarterback in Cleveland? Is it Shadur? Is it Watson?
It's a very interesting discussion.
Aaron Rodgers' final year. What is an expectation there? And then you got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
That's that's sneakily a very good quarterback room.
AFC South. Cam Ward, year 2.
You think he takes a jump?
Yes. Coaching will help him make that jump. They've got I called it yesterday, kind of an all-star coaching staff that they put together out there in Tennessee. Watch that jump. Quarterback situation in Indy. Danny Dimes returning from injury. Trevor Lawrence. Was it a fluke? Is that real in Jacksonville? And then C.J. Stroud. I think a really nice quarterback group as well. The big thing there for C.J. Stroud is can he get back to what he was and based on that offensive line?
Does he have enough time to drop back and throw the ball?
Boy, AFC West is a talented, loaded quarterback area. Bo Nix, Denver. Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City. I mean, Mendoza, we get it. Rookie. Herbert. San Diego. Sorry, not San Diego. Los Angeles. The Chargers. really talented quarterback class in the West. What's Mahomes look like after injury? It would be one of the questions coming back.
A guy I really want to finally – I want him to finally live up to his expectations is Justin Herbert.
Oh, man, what a talented arm. What a talented individual. What will happen there?
His connection with Lad McConkey really could be something special. If they can avoid injury, if they can, stay on track with that, you're also getting people forget they had 2 offensive linemen go down last year in Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. You get both those guys back. You keep Lad McConkey healthy. You might finally see the MVP type of season out of Justin Herbert that we've been expecting since he's been in the league.
Mm-hmm. Let me look up something. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that. That's an interesting one as you look at it for those guys. Let's go here. Their schedule looks pretty good. I think they're kind of I don't know. It's an interest. They're always so interesting from that perspective because Herbert's a talent, but they tend not to just not have enough.
Chargers feel like a team that goes 9-8 every year.
It is so true. Mike McDaniel, that's the question. Does Mike McDaniel make that big of a change in Justin Herbert?
Just the ceiling of what that offense could be with healthy offensive linemen, Lad McConkey in your wide receiver room,
Mm-hmm.
Quentin Johnston in your wide receiver room, Justin Herbert throwing them the ball, Omarion Hampton taking snaps at running back.
Could that be the team this year out of the West?
You have so much talent with a guy in Mike McDaniel who we know, not the best head coach, but a good offensive coordinator. He knows how to call plays.
Yep. Jumping in NFC East, Dak, Dart, Hurt, Daniels. Some young talent. How impactful will they be?
Who's the best quarterback out of that division? That's
such a great question.
I'm
going to throw Dart out of that right now.
Yeah.
Because I think you got to go to the 3. Like, who's got the most potential? I think it's Daniels.
Who would you rather have on your roster? I think that comes down to Dak or Jalen Hurts.
I'm probably going to go Dak. I'm going to have to go Dak.
I think so, too.
I think his ability to throw the football in a trusting manner. Right? The North, I think the North can be a really good division this year when you look at quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, Jordan Love. And I don't even know who's in. I mean, is it going to be McCarthy, JJ?
Might be Kyler
Murray. Don't know. I think they're the 4th team in that division, but you got, Williams, Goff, Love, talented quarterbacks. One aging for sure in Jared Goff. They've got an easier schedule this year to get back to the playoffs, or is the window completely closed on that group?
Interesting question on when we finish the NFC about this division and then another division in the NFC.
Okay. I'll write that down. NFC questions. The South, woo! I don't even know what to say about the NFC South. The least talented group of quarterbacks in any division.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're not talented. They're in the NFL. They're NFL quarterbacks. But Penix, Tua, the young guy in the Saints.
Shuck.
Tyler Shuck. Baker Mayfield. Bryce Young. And again, I hate to say least talent, but it's probably the one you look at and go, man, that's not the overwhelming desirable quarterback rooms.
That's what it is. It's
not
not
fair.
It's not overwhelming. Yeah. It's like they're good. All right. They'll compete in some games, but they're not gonna.
I think that's a division where whoever the quarterback does that shines the best wins that division.
Yeah.
And Tyler Shuck has a unique opportunity.
Yeah.
But I think he has a lot of good parts around him to do that. Rams, the MVP, Matt Stafford, Brissett, Purdy, Darnold.
Was the Sam Darnold Seahawks season, was that a fluke?
Shane, was it a fluke? Shane's hanging out with us. Good morning. He did say, how about those new Rams uniforms? The yellow jerseys look like recolored Lions jerseys. It is interesting. That's a great question. Shane, was it a fluke? Are they back? They're coming back at it against you. I think that's going to be one of the tougher divisions in the entire football.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. What division's better, the NFC West or the NFC North? And I think, it's so tough because
I think there's more talent overall in the West.
The thing that brings them down is obviously the Cardinals. So you have 3 out of 4 teams.
But they have the Vikings.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, and you're looking at, let's see. It's it's the same. But I think overall talent, I think the West is overall roster-wise more talented. Right now, by the way, speaking of win totals, you mentioned the Cardinals. It's at like 3.5.
Yikes.
Let's see. You got the Cardinals there, 3.5.
And could you really set it anywhere else?
I don't know.
If we look at their schedule, at Los Angeles, Seattle, at San Francisco, at New York Giants. Okay, you might compete there. Detroit, Rams, Denver, Dallas, Seattle, Los Angeles, Kansas City, Washington, Philadelphia, the Jets.
Nope.
The Saints.
Maybe.
The Raiders, the 49ers. I think that 3.5, that's exactly right where it should be. And it could very well go under.
It could go under. The actual, let me see them. I was looking at one more because they're talking about the Vikings have an 8.5. That's interesting. The Cardinals, by the way, that money, and it depends on where you're looking at, that money is going on the unders. They're not seeing more than 3 wins for the Cardinals. Shane said, not a fluke. Darnold wasn't usually the reason for success. It was the defense and special teams. Yes. He just needs to limit turnovers and get the ball to JSN and Shaheed, and defense will make plays. And true Super Bowl MVP, Jason Myers, will do his thing.
He is right about that defense. That defense is suffocating. Yep.
So interesting how these quarterbacks, I think it's a unique way to look at how the quarterbacks are going to drive what we have going on. And you could look at some of these win totals. They don't even, it's so crazy. You're talking about some of those divisions you're talking about, the tougher divisions. When you got the Ravens sitting at 11.5, you got the Ravens at 11.5. You've got Cincinnati at 10.5. I think those are the 2 teams you talk and worry about in that division. You've got, when you talk about I call it your division. You've got the Bills sitting at 10.5. And then you have, so I'm scrolling here. Bills at 10.5. We've got the New England Patriots sitting at 10.5. 2-team race. 2-team race. Charger, by the way, at 9.5 this year. Bet's going on the overs for the Chargers to get to 10 wins. Chiefs are at 10.5. Bets on the unders.
They're in a really weird spot this year. It's weird to say that the expectations for the Chiefs are low.
Mm-hmm. They've got that other bit. We talk about the NFC North, right? How tough that one was. Packers 9.5. Detroit 10.5. Bears 9.5. All within a game.
And then the Vikings are right there at 8.5.
8.5.
Woo. They're going to eat each other alive.
I want to look quick here before we take a break and come back with this day in sports stuff on how that South is ugly. Falcons 6.5. Yuck. Panthers 7.5. Then you got, what with the Saints? Let's find the Saints here. Saints. I think they could win the division. 7.5. Tampa Bay coming in at they're probably predictive winner in that division. But you got 6.5, 7.5, 7.5, and then you got 8.5. I mean, look how close that one is. Conversation around quarterback play is going to be huge in that division. All divisions. But you can see some of them really shaping up on that. So, all right, let's take a break. We'll come back with This Day in Sports. All right. Not going to read that one. Oh, this is a funny one. There's my guy, Tanner. My kid's awake. One of them. Chicken, what in hunger? Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. A few moments left hanging out with you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us on a Friday. Do some This Day in Sports. Coming up, we have Jeff Moats. A lot of Legion going on there. A lot of teams that they'll be covering, so we'll take a peek at that. How about This Day in Sports in 1958? The Red Sox. Ted Williams is fined $250 for spitting at Boston fans again. What were they mad at Ted Williams about?
That's a hilarious fine. $250.
I wonder what that equates to in 19 now. 50? Probably figured out. Let's see here. Oh, you got one.
1977. MLB Cincinnati Reds Pete Rose passes Frankie Frisch as switch hit leader with 2,881 hits.
Nice. How about in 1983? A lot of people remember this locally. The Pine Tar Incident.
Oh, it's one of my favorite videos ever.
Umpire disallowed Kansas City Royals star George Brett home run against the York Yankees for excessive pine tar on his bat. The league overturns the ruling and restores the home run after that. What a scene that was as he came out of the dugout.
Not the same year. 4 years earlier than that, 1979, Boston Red Sox Carl Yastrzemski hits his 400th career home run.
And this day in 2022, speaking of Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz went into the Hall of Fame. Cooperstown. About that in 2022.
Brings a tear to my eye to talk about David Ortiz. Watching him during my youth years was one of my favorite viewing experiences.
Had to be a highlight, man. Yeah, man, they had some studs, man. Like
every time he came up to bat in the clutch, I was like, he's gonna do something right here.
He was there. They just had some good dude. Pedroia,
Ellsbury,
Johnny Damon, right around that time.
Johnny Damon, Johnny Gomes too. People forget Kyle Schwarber was a Red Sox for a while. 2019 though, Michael Phelps had his record broken in the 200-meter butterfly at the World Championships in South Korea. 1 minute and 50 seconds.
How quickly did he take it back? I'm kidding.
What else we got out there?
Happy birthday. A couple birthdays out there. How about the mailman, Carl Malone, turning 63, as well as Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds, happy 62nd birthday. A couple birthdays out there that I just kind of came across. Any more? There's some others. Those don't matter, though. They do matter. All the birthdays matter. All birthdays matter. Well, good stuff coming up. We're going to talk, LeBron holding us hostage again. We just want the schedule. LeBron, give us a schedule. Also, the Moats, the Almanac. Jeff Moats will be joining the show coming up. And a lot of stories we missed. Whole lot of you. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
Continues their summer concert series this Sunday with Summer Sounds and Sunday Drives. Classic cars on display. A local car club will display its finest automobiles for audience members to view before and during the concert. This week's concert will be conducted by Bob Kruger and feature soloist Louis Eckhart on trumpet. Come early, bring a picnic, and enjoy fun, family-friendly music. The concerts are held at the John Shieldneck Memorial Bandshell in Antelope Park, start at 7, and are free. The Lincoln Municipal Band Summer Concert Series with KFOR.
Is your Biffy iffy?
Is your commode a dragon?
Does your powder room fill you with a powerful gloom?
Do you blush when guests need to flush?
Then put our money where your mortification is.
Enter Handyman's 11th annual Ugly Bathroom Contest.
You got your very own handyman to help remodel your home.
Take a snapshot of that outdated, ugly bathroom and tell us all about it.
The ugly bathroom with the most votes receives $3,000.
$1,000 for second. Third place and the best written submissions both get $500.
Enter online at handymanhome.com/contest by July 29th.
Vote online July 31st for your favorite.
No purchase required.
If your vanity's a calamity.
If your lighting's frightening.
Here's your chance to turn an eyesore into a bath you'll adore.
With help from Handyman Home Remodeling Center. For the very best in bathrooms, come to Handyman under the arch on Sun Valley Boulevard, Lincoln.
Handyman.
For America's wounded warriors, sometimes coming home can be a battle in itself. Every one of them needs our support to meet the challenges they face every day. The USO provides Americans a way to offer that support to our wounded warriors and their families. Join us. Visit USO.org to learn how you can make a difference in their lives. The USO, until everyone comes home.
Is your Biffy iffy?
Is your commode a dragon?
Does your powder room fill you with a powerful gloom?
Do you blush when guests need to flush?
Then put our money where your mortification is.
Enter Handyman's 11th annual Ugly Bathroom Contest.
You got your very own handyman to help remodel your home.
Take a snapshot of that outdated, ugly bathroom and tell us all about it.
The ugly bathroom with the most votes receives $3,000.
$1,000 for second. Third place and the best written submissions both get $500.
Enter online at handymanhome.com/contest by July 29th.
Vote online July 31st for your favorite.
No purchase required.
If your vanity's a calamity,
If your lighting's frightening,
here's your chance to turn an eyesore into a bath you'll adore.
with help from Handyman Home Remodeling Center. For the very best in bathrooms, come to Handyman under the arch on Sun Valley Boulevard, Lincoln.
Handyman.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to Dennis Melvin's house. It's time for the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course. Sticking to healthy habits in this kitchen is going to take focus and determination, but it can be done, JB.
He's already entered the snack part of the course, and he's eyeballing a jar of chocolate candy.
That is tempting right off the start.
Uh-oh, he's reaching, Bill, but he pushes it away.
Great stiff arm.
He's approaching a plate of delicious-looking iced cookies.
Oh, Dennis, you only want one of those.
He blows right by him for the apple.
Oh, the fridge. It's make or break time, JB.
He stares down some rich-looking treats. Uh-oh, looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle, and shuts the door with his elbow in record time.
Unbelievable move. I gotta see that again.
And he's out. He even turned off the light.
That's the way you execute a midnight snack run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3. Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. After 13 straight nights of strikes on Iran, the U.S. military may soon be ordered to dramatically increase its attacks. President Trump telling ABC News he's close to making a decision on a dramatic escalation of the conflict. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
Sources tell ABC News one option under consideration is a return to the kind of full-scale strikes seen in the opening days of the war. The conflict is already expanding, with Iranian-backed Houthi rebels attacking 2 Saudi oil tankers in the Red Sea, choking another key waterway.
ABC's Matt Rivers in Amman, Jordan, with more on that.
We've been talking about the Strait of Hormuz for months, but less so about a strait called Bab el-Mandeb, just off the coast of Yemen in the Red Sea. 10 to 12% of all global shipping goes through that strait each year, and now a lot of Saudi oil does as well. The fear now is what happens if the Houthis and Iran jointly decide to close Bab el-Mandeb altogether, causing oil prices to skyrocket.
Oil trading at $97 a barrel this morning. Gas prices up to a nationwide average of $4.09 a gallon. More than 80 countries slapped with new tariffs after the old ones expired, thanks to the Supreme Court ruling.
Not as high of a rate as we saw at the beginning of this kind of blanket tariffs that were imposed, but still a higher rate that is something that a lot of companies are going to be struggling with figuring out exactly what this looks like. 99% of the products imported estimated to be affected by these new tariffs.
ABC's Elizabeth Schulze. The teenager accused of killing 2 teachers and 2 students at Appalachia High School in Georgia 2 years ago has pleaded guilty to all 55 charges he was facing. His minimum sentence will be life in prison, but a judge will decide if he's eligible for parole. Sources tell ABC News that Sean Diddy Combs has been in a fight at the prison in Fort Dix, where he's serving a 50-month sentence for transporting prostitutes. After the fight, Diddy was sent to solitary confinement. It's not clear if he'll be kept there or it's temporary. This is ABC News.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease. Control is everything to me. Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
More work to be done by state lawmakers in fixing budget deficits. Good morning. I'm Jeff Moats. We're at 71 degrees at KFOR. The Nebraska legislature likely will be dealing with 2 separate budget deficits next session after a legislative fiscal analyst confirmed the situation during a tax rate review committee meeting on Wednesday. The Nebraska Examiner reports that the financial status report shows a $208 million deficit projected for the ongoing 2-year budget that runs through next June 30th and an $864 million projected deficit for the next biennium that goes from July 1st, 2027 to June 30th, 2029. After lawmakers worked last session to take care of a shortfall that at its peak was $646 million before ending with a $6 million surplus, 3 months of tax receipts came in below economic forecasts with an estimated deficit of $223 million. At their next meeting, the Nebraska Economic Forecasting Advisory Board will make projections for the current budget cycle, the next biennium, and the following biennium that covers 2030 and 2031. Former Nebraska Republican U.S. Senator Ben Sasse is featured in a CNN interview that will run Sunday evening about how he continues to handle pancreatic cancer and a reflection on life. Sasse pointed out that the time that he missed with family while working in Washington.
I would look at my kids and I felt like they had a chain around their neck with an hourglass. And I was watching the years, the months or the years or the dinners we had left as a family. And I'd look at my kids and I'd see the sand through the hourglass. Like, what the hell was I doing instead of being with you?
The full Ben Sasse interview with CNN's Jake Tapper is Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Firefighters have to be properly hydrated at this time of the year to go fight fires in the middle of extreme heat.
Responses might be a little bit bigger going into some of those calls and things, but keeping track of everybody, trying to get cool and staying hydrated is the key.
LFR Public Information Officer MJ Lehrman saying that there will be a few more rigs at the scene of a fire call to help rotate firefighters out and get them a break from the heat. Showers still possible this morning, otherwise cloudy the rest of the day today and a high of 84. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
Cruise at the Zoo, Saturday, August 15th. Enjoy an evening of food, craft beer, and music at the Lincoln Children's Zoo. There's going to be plenty of hops to go around featuring brews from White Elm, Code Beer Company, Glacial Till, Stone Hollow, and more. And live music from Lemon Fresh Day. Brews at the Zoo, Saturday, August 15th from 6 to 11, featuring Lemon Fresh Day. Find Brews at the Zoo at lincolnzoo.org for more info and to buy tickets.
We often think dime or pea-sized hail is no problem, but there are other factors that can impact your roof. This is Matt Berkey with Golden Rule Contractors. Wind gusts of 60 mile an hour or higher can do damage to the integrity of your roof, resulting in small leaks around your home. If there's been high winds and hail in your area, contact Golden Rule Contractors for a free estimate at GRC.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Happy Friday. I had to ask you, I know you've been gone, you were gone yesterday, but how's this Married at First Sight show going for you?
Man,
Is it like
man.
I don't know what to say.
It's a wild concept.
It's crazy.
These people have never met each other. These expert matchmakers, I guess, put them together, and basically they have an actual wedding, they have a honeymoon, and then they throw them into life together, and they have to basically figure it out. Yeah, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of arguments, there's a lot of trying to figure each other out, but you have that title of marriage. Like there's no dating or anything to it. It's just boom, straight into marriage.
I feel like that is not what is happening with LeBron James right now. There's no love at first sight or married at first sight right now.
He's He's weighing his options. He's got a couple people that he's trying to marry right now.
I get it. Like, I know Rich Postman said, like, we're not going to be rushed. It's a big decision where we'll finish the career out. LeBron has talked about his decisions and about his daughter being involved and making decisions based on that. Not chasing a ring. But, man, it's just, as this day goes on, it's another soap opera in the mix. And now the NBA is like, hey, we like you to, we're not trying to rush you, but, like, we got stuff to, like, do here. This has massive, and again, a star like LeBron, he knows this. This has massive schedule implications, right? The team that gets chosen, oh my gosh, like, here's the rose ceremony. My goodness, yuck. Is going to be put on the stage, which could be possibly his last year.
Mm-hmm.
And the NBA is all about this stuff. And which team it'll be. I wonder who needs him the most. I think that's the question. Who needs LeBron the most? CBS Sports has put that out there, and the top 5 teams are this or that, and ESPN's got the articles. I started thinking about, like, I don't even know. Which one makes the most sense, I guess, is the question. Cleveland seems too cliche-ish. He's already did that, I'm coming home. Cleveland! Right? Do you end up back where it all started again?
You got to have some sort of storybook ending to this.
Mm-hmm. But is that, yeah? Or is it like Golden State where he's got the chance to go out and play with Steph and play with a Hall of Famer, another Hall of Famer, play with a Hall of Fame coach? But do they have enough in the roster to make it happen? And the West, by the way, I think the West is least likely probably. Take that back. I think if you were going West, this is my opinion, right? Looking at LeBron in the West. If you're going out West, is it Golden State or Minnesota? I think Minnesota would have the upper hand from a competitive nature. I don't think LeBron does enough for Golden State to make them competitive in a very highly competitive West. I think LeBron going to Minnesota. Now, I'm not saying it fits, but LeBron with Ball, McDaniels, Ant-Man, all that, what they got, can maybe help them get into the conversation with OKC and San Antonio. It feels like the East is going to be, again, if that's the purpose, if the purpose is to contend, to maybe get one more ring, whatever rare air that's going to put you in, then you start looking at it. Okay, is it Cleveland? Is there a lot of distractions going to Cleveland? Or do you look at the team like Miami? They got Giannis. But would there be enough to make them a championship caliber team with Giannis and LeBron and all the other cast? Then you start looking at it. Is this the one where is it Philadelphia? Is LeBron enough with that group to make them, the Sixers, all of a sudden the favorite in the East? And I'm not saying there's still some in the tank for LeBron. Okay, let's be honest. There's gas in the tank.
I think wherever he goes, they automatically turn into a contender, don't they?
On paper, but I don't know. I don't know if he goes to Golden State and they're a contender.
Yeah, that's the one I can.
Not out there.
Yeah,
and that's just a conference look, nothing to do with Golden State. He makes Minnesota more of a contender than he would Golden State.
Absolutely.
Now, they would probably bring Draymond back or whatever that looks like. I don't know.
I think it just comes down to what does LeBron want out of this last season? Does he want to finish his career and ride off into the sunset, or does he want to try and compete? If his intention is to go and get a ring, that's a huge factor in what this decision is.
Or is it just a swan song of whatever? It's a massive decision. Just based on, I mean, I think the decision is more massive, not for LeBron, but it's a big NBA decision on what the scheduling ramifications end up being. Or if he announces this is his last season, I'm going to finish it out here. This is the longest it's been. They showed the graphic the other day about when he's made his changes. They were like 1 day, 3 day, 1 week. It's been over 3 weeks now, I think. With nothing in sight. Because you know it's going to be the decision time. The decision by LeBron James.
Do you think there could be any sense of he's waiting for other teams to make other moves, like somebody else moving from some team, and then he's going to say, "Okay, this is where I want to go"? Is there another domino that needs to fall into place for him to make a decision, or does he already have a decision and he's just riding this out, trying to create drama and create suspense?
I don't know. It's hush hush. He just said, "I'm not going to be rushed." When the decision is ready, the decision will be made. That's all his camp is saying. He's made some appearances. He's not offering any clues. His latest comment was, "I won't hold you guys up too much longer." What does that mean? I don't know.
It
just feels like a hostage situation right now.
I feel like Miami, you could join Giannis, and I think that duo right there, with also the other supporting cast that they have with Bam and Tyler Hero and Norman Powell, you could finish your career in a spot where you were very successful and likely get another ring with that team. If you go to Cleveland, I don't know if it's more so about competing for another ring, more so just ending the journey where it started.
Yep.
And so, like, that's my take on it. We just don't know what LeBron's take is on it, on exactly what he is wanting out of his free agency or out of his last couple seasons. And that's really ultimately what it comes down to, is what LeBron wants.
Yep. A lot of ramifications combined. It'll be something to watch as we continue, but it's, man, hopefully for the NBA and the schedule. And as Adam Silver said, man, we'd like to have it sooner than later. We've got Christmas to talk about. We got all this other stuff to talk about to try to get this finalized. A lot of moving parts. So more on LeBron James as the sweepstakes continues throughout this week, maybe next week, and who knows? Maybe we'll get something this weekend. So, all right, let's take a break. Come back with Jeff Moats, the Almanac. The Almanac, Jeff Moatsy. I see him over there. He's on his way, I think. Boy, that Ben Knowles shot 62 today.
Yeesh. Time did Scotty tee off?
He's the afternoon, like 12 something. He was the morning wave yesterday, like one of the first few tee times out. So they'll flip it. Ben Knowles 12. Yeah, my goodness. Oh, they're not even. The Almanac, Jeff Moats.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy. I'm not low riding today.
Man, something about a good chair. Gotta have a good chair, Moats.
There. Sorry I'm late.
You're not late. You are classically on time. So I don't have that set up for you.
No, it's okay. God.
Oh, that was yesterday. Sorry, you sent CT yesterday.
All right. Can you hear me? Hello?
Check, check.
Check, check. There we are.
There we are. Welcome back in the morning hookup. No better entrance than when we bring the almanac on, Jeff Moats.
Smoke on the water, huh?
Moats, my kid last week, he's been asking me every day since. He's been doing research. He's like, Dad, you know what we need to go do? He wants to go to a wrestling match live.
Does he?
He wants to go watch. He watches all the old school YouTube clips. He wants to go to wrestling.
Well, you know what? If you watch professional wrestling from our era, that's the golden age.
Oh, he's watching all that.
That I
He's
mean,
like,
that is the golden age.
Yeah, he was asking me all these guys. You know these guys? Yeah, I know these guys.
Yep.
Dusty Rhodes.
Yep. Ric Flair.
Woo! Sting.
Hulk Hogan,
All of
Ultimate
them.
Warrior.
He's asking about all of them.
Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh my goodness, he's asking me all of them. Like, man, you are in. So I got to figure that out.
You know, from my childhood, do you remember when they came out, LJN, the toy company, came out with the oversized wrestling figures in the ring?
I got it for Christmas one year.
Okay. Well, I did too. And so I got that and I started collecting more of those, especially as I got into watching it more and more going through grade school. And what I did is that I would set up, like in my room, I would suspend light. I had a table, suspend lights over the ring like you would see at a house show. And for those that don't know what a house show is, it's a wrestling event where it's not on TV. You know, it's like you go to the old time wrestling and the only thing you saw that was lit up was the lights above the ring to watch the matches. That's how you did. Same thing with boxing. So I did that, and I set all my figures up, and I had a steel cage and everything.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, talk about using your imagination. My gosh.
I vividly remember getting the wrestling ring and the action figures that you're talking about. Because Santa didn't wrap that one.
Yeah.
It was just sitting out there.
Yeah.
Santa wanted me to have that when I woke up.
Oh, is that right?
He didn't want me to think about it. It was right there for Santa said, yes, you can have this one.
What did you get for figures? Did you have a whole bunch of them?
A whole bunch of them. I can't remember all, man. I just remember me and my little brother sitting in the right by the tree and just like making up wrestling matches.
Yep.
With the figures and then eventually, probably like you and your brother, maybe it turned into an actual wrestling match.
yeah.
I'd get mad.
Yeah. Oh, we all did.
Or we get after each other.
Yeah, we all did.
Good stuff. Well, we got the Almanac Jeff Moats. Boy, let's catch up on some Legion action, as now got some
state tournament begins tomorrow.
Legion brackets are out, but like kind of talk about the whole season a little bit and the run some teams have been on, because we got some teams that we haven't seen there in quite some time.
And we'll get to that here in a moment. I apologize, I'm not on camera because I'm having difficulty with my computer setup here in the studio. So waiting for the verification. Yes, it's me. So let me see if I can get in and go ahead and get on here. But yeah, it went really quick. The Legion season went really quick, and usually starts about right before school lets out, because a lot of those teams don't go to the state baseball tournament in the spring, and that allows them to get their summer programs going, and that way we can see them get going for the summer and get ready for next year. Or they have kids that go off and play on select teams during the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
So anywho, but we're here at this point in time where we're getting ready for the start of the state Legion tournament, and that will commence tomorrow for a lot of the seniors teams, primarily the Lincoln schools and Class A, Omaha schools. Also, here I'm about ready to get into the studio.
Let's
here.
Go.
Yeah. Allow here. Okay. There we go. We'll mute myself, I think. Okay. Well, you got to love this on the fly, don't you?
We're rocking it today.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Apologize that we're trying to get me. Okay. Now, there we are.
Jeff Moats.
There we are. Okay. So for us, following the Legion stuff happened after the state baseball tournament from the NSA in the spring. And we had a sneaking suspicion that, East, Southwest, and North Star was pretty decent all summer. And Union Bank of Pius X. I mean, they were all very good baseball teams that made it. And then Lincoln Standing Bear, of course, came out as being one of the other teams that really started to shine. And so we get to the area tournament schedule. You had 6 teams from Lincoln in their own area tournament, then 2 others from Lincoln that went on and played up at Fremont in the area 6. And wouldn't you know it, in those 2 area tournaments, the final 2 teams left that would qualify for state were Lincoln teams. Area 5 had North Star or Anderson Ford. And then you had Union Bank of Pius X. Area 6 had Carpet Land of Lincoln East and Lincoln Hotel Group of Lincoln Standing Bears, so they both qualify. I went and covered that Area 5 championship on Tuesday. And essentially, Anderson Ford, if they would have won the first game, then it would have been over with. Okay. But Union Bank and Trust played a solid baseball game, and they ended up winning 9-2. But it all started with Kai Vanis, who hit this solo homer in the bottom of the first to get the scoring going and set the tone.
The 2-0. Fastball hit in the air deep to right field, drifting back toward the track. That one is going to leave the yard, and it is a solo home run as Vanis takes the tour.
He's had an impressive season, by the way. Going back to the high school season on through, setting some records.
Yeah, Kai Vanis is probably one of the best baseball players that Pius has ever produced. I mean, he's just a solid ball player, good shortstop. Man, can that kid throw the ball. And, I mean, if you get a ground ball to Kai Vanis, chances are probably about 99.9% of the time he's going to put you out because the way he just slings over to first, good velocity on it. He's also a relief pitcher too, and his velocity on throwing the ball is amazing. But he's a good hitter. He's a baseball kid, and he has done a great job in helping that team this year to get to the state tournament. But so Union Bank wins at 9-2, and then the nightcapper, Anderson Ford, quickly jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the top of the first. And then Preston Graff connected on this initial RBI single before UBT error allowed another run to score.
Here's a pitch, a ground ball hit opposite way to right field for a base hit. and a run will score. And that run scoring is Westland. And the ball gets away and the throw back in, and another run will come in.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah. And you thought, okay, well, Anderson Ford probably is, like the roles reversed from game 1 to game 2, but UBT added 2 runs. Anderson Ford tacked on another, so Anderson Ford was up 5-2. But a 5-run rally in the 4th inning was the big difference maker in this game for UBT. Designated hitter Hayden Huggins connected on this 2-run single to help UBT take control.
Here's a pitch and a ground ball hitting the left field for a base hit, and we got a tied ball game as 1 run comes in. The throw home now, not going to get there. And a wild throw into center field, nobody there. Wow. 2 runs come in, another one being waved around third, and it's going to be a 7-5 lead here for Union Bank and Trust.
And that's what ended up being the final score. So UBT and Anderson Ford. So UBT wins 7-5. And then the Area 6 championship went to Carpetland of Lincoln East 10-1 in 5 innings over Lincoln Hotel Group. So now you got the state tournament, and that will feature at least the first round games tomorrow at 1. In the national division out in Kearney, it'll be Lincoln Hotel Group of Lincoln Standing Bear against 5 Points Bank Creighton Prep, and then Anderson Ford of Lincoln North Star will follow after that. They'll play Pinnacle Bank of Papillion La Vista at 4. American Division tomorrow up at Elkhorn North, 1 o'clock first pitch for Union Bank of Pius X against the prime time of Omaha Westview, and then Carpetland of the East will play Millard South at 4 o'clock. So, yeah, there you go. That's how the state tournament bracket opens up tomorrow for the
And
Lincoln
here we
schools. We're here. We're at this point where, we're at a point where at this time of the year, we're kind of slowly segueing from baseball, now going into a new school year, fall sports. Practice for fall sports begins August 10th. So that's when everything gets going. School for a lot of people here in Lincoln for LPS, K through 9, they'll go August 12th, and then everybody's back the 13th. So we're less than 3 weeks away now.
Yeah, we're there. We're getting real. I want to talk about some of those teams you've watched evolve over this past season. We talked a lot about. We mentioned Standing Bear, what they've done, because I want to talk about that. Also, there's an article put out there. I think the Journal Star put it out about the last 15 years or so of
how
Lincoln
sports has been successful. And when I'll talk about that right away. You look at what's happened, especially in the last decade of state champions. Lincoln East girls basketball, 2016 wins the state tournament. I'm trying to remember. We had Pius girls and boys win. And then you see here in recently, Lincoln Southwest boys win state in basketball. North Star girls do it in basketball. North Star girls, or boys rather, do it in track and so on. And you look at East Golf, Southwest in softball and volleyball, various other sports. The only thing that we have not seen a lot of success in within Lincoln proper has been football. We've had playoff teams go and make it to as close as the semifinals. We have not had an LPS team win a state football title in 15 years. So think about that. And that Southeast team in 2011 was unbelievable.
Yeah, they were incredible.
Very, very good football team. But, the Metro Conference has been dominant from that standpoint. And of course, we've seen that power shift up there from West Side to Gretna, now to Millard South. There's a power struggle going on now. And there's been some people that have been coming in from outside places too, to a place like Millard South. Trey Taylor, moved out of the Chicago area, moved to Lincoln to do his workouts. He's going to go to school at Millard South, commute up every day because Millard South is an open district. They are an open district.
Can we break in real quick a segment we just did before this, Moats, and not to cut you off, but there's breaking news out of the NBA. And again, not knowing, we just had this LeBron conversation on when this was going to come. Breaking news: LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option.
Wow.
He's taking his talents to the East, and it'll be a 76er.
Wow.
Did not know this was coming. I got goosebumps now, but we
I
did
think
not know.
that kind of answers our question on, is he trying to get a ring to finish out his career or just right off into the sunset?
That changes the balance in the East.
I'm sure it does.
Right there.
Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, LeBron James, Joel Embiid. That's your...
And that's going to make that Eastern Conference, especially with the Knicks, even more fun to watch those games between the Sixers and the Knicks.
Wow. That is a absolute...
That's huge.
Trademark. I don't even know what to say.
There you go. We'll have more to come with that, but I wanted to get that in.
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. Totally fine. But, to finish the thought, a lot of the schools in town have had success in one sport or another. You look at what Northeast has done in recent years now in terms of the team sports. They had a baseball team in 2012 that finished state runner-up, but and then the most recent championship they got was with Unified Bowling here a few years ago. And for many years, you only had 4 public high schools plus Pius and Lincoln Christian and then Lincoln Lutheran. So there wasn't necessarily, a thinning of the talent all over town.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the schools had their own talent, and there were good teams. There were teams that were pretty close. But you don't have that anymore. You don't, because Southeast was always dominant in football. Northeast was very powerful in basketball. East could be powerful in basketball and a lot of other sports. Lincoln High could be just as competitive. Pius held their own. And then we didn't see the emergence of a lot of the other schools until much later. But Lincoln Christian in basketball for a good part of the late 80s into the 90s had some great teams and won state titles. So, but now it's different. Lincoln's grown, and but even considering the growth of Lincoln, the talent pool has spread out more.
Yes,
and it's finally coming into where a lot of the schools are now able to compete and be highly competitive and be successful in a lot of sports. And you hope for that with all the schools in town. So I think that's the ultimate goal. But back to a team like Standing Bear in baseball, I keep hearing, from you and a few others that had kids playing youth ball with some of these kids that are over there now at Standing Bear. And you said, give them a couple of years. Well, here we are. We're 2 years in. And
there's a lot of talent out there in that world that I know.
And they got, they got to the state tournament in the spring. They did that. And now they're in the state Legion tournament in Class A. They're going to go up to Class A this next school year in all sports, football included. And, we'll see how Standing Bear can mature and grow. And that's what you want to see. Can they grow and compete? Other schools are not going to be up there right away, but they have the potential that could, they could be a dominant force in all sports moving forward.
There's so much interesting stuff coming out of there. Again, we got the Almanac, Jeff Moats. Moats also, again, we'll give you Legion updates. You can see those. They'll be on the website.
Yep.
Moats and them be covering them. But there's something else that you'll be throwing up on the website here real soon.
Yeah, we'll have our football previews.
Yes.
We'll have football previews coming up here like the first week or two of August. I mentioned fall camp and fall sports workouts begin August 10th. So once we get towards that point or close to it, and then even after, we will post football capsule previews of all the teams that we get information from. Not everybody is responding timely, and it may be because the email gets lost someplace in the the spam file or the junk mail or the or whatever. So we don't always get those replies back, and we may get them after the fact or close to when the season starts. But anyway, what previews we get, we're going to post them up on our webpage in the local sports section. That way you can look at who are the returning players are, key players to keep an eye on, teams to look for this year in Lincoln. We'll see if who's going to be the dominant team. It could be anybody at this point between East, Southeast, Southwest. North Star had some great talent the last couple of years. So, and Northeast had a pretty successful season a year ago. So we'll see. We'll have those posted here coming up in the next few weeks for sure.
Well, when it comes to high school football, too, obviously there's going to be a lot of eyes on Millard South, and then even Millard North is kind of ramping things up this year. They have a week 1 matchup, Millard South, Millard North. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
I think that's going to be fun to watch. And that'll be, I think, August 28th, that game.
Correct.
And then they'll play that at Buell. That's the municipal field for the Millard School District. And I think Millard North has got a couple of guys that have transferred in that are going to Nebraska. And it's interesting because you look at them and then you look at Millard South. Obviously, Trey Taylor transferring in from suburban Chicago from a private school there to going to Millard South as a senior. And, is Trey Taylor going to be the guy that everybody will eventually see at Nebraska? Is he going to light it up for Millard South this year? I think there's a lot of expectation with him. I saw some video of some 7-on-7 workouts that they were doing, or at least 7-on-7 games that they were playing. And, Trey Taylor, I mean, my gosh, he's very versatile. He's mobile as a quarterback. He can throw the ball. Got a good receiver. Can't remember the receiver's name that they got. It's going to Nebraska.
Tay Ellis.
That's it. Thank you. And, those guys can hook up. I mean, they're getting an early start. I mean, if they're going to be playing together at Nebraska, they're getting that early start now at Millard South. But, you go up against Millard North. Millard North has always been a perennial powerhouse in football, especially in the Metro Conference up there. It's always been a power struggle between Millard North, Creighton Prep, West Side, and now you throw in Millard South. Bellevue West was in there for a while as well. But traditionally, Millard North has always been that powerhouse school. Look at all the talent that they've produced over time. The one I think of when I think of Millard North football is the one and only Eric Crouch. I remember seeing him in high school when they played Northeast, and seeing him play and watching him just run the football. It was like, man, this kid is something. Somebody's got to get him. Nebraska should get him. Well, Nebraska got him, and the rest is history. So, but yeah, I think that week 1 matchup, that's a great way to start the football season.
Out of the gate like that, let's go.
Because that's the big appetizer before everything else gets going the following week. If you're a Nebraska fan or a college football fan in general.
If you're a Nebraska fan, make the trip down to Omaha for that game. Go down and watch. You're gonna see a ton of Nebraska
talent.
Recruits. You're gonna have Torrey Pittman out there. You're gonna have Matt Erickson, Trey Taylor, Tay Ellis. And then even some guys that aren't going to Nebraska, more Division I talent.
Was Pittman, correct me if I'm wrong,
originally at Central.
He was at Omaha Central because when we did a playoff game with East and Central last year, Pittman was on that Central squad, and he was a tremendous runner. So he's over there now. And we'll see. This could be a fun season to watch. I think the power balance is going to be between Millard North, Millard South, West Side, Creighton Prep. I keep hearing Omaha Westview is supposed to be pretty good too this year, much improved. So, yeah. And by the way, we got our schedule up on the website too for football coverage this year.
There you go. Go check it out.
We start August 27th with East and Northeast. So we'll have some good games on the schedule.
We're not too far away, Moats.
No, we're not. No.
Corn Raider wanted to mention that we forgot North Star Volleyball getting second in state. They're going to win it this year.
Yeah, that's the other thing I forgot. Thank you very much about that. And, and again, back to the success that the Lincoln teams have had in all sports. It doesn't matter if it's an individual sport like golf or tennis or wrestling or whatever, track. As a team as a whole, I think with what has been happening in recent years has been highly commendable. But I think a lot of people want to see that happen also on the football field too. So this could be a year to watch. We'll see.
Be a lot coming up. And it's all going to be, you can have it. You can check it out at KF4now.com.
Yes, and Bennington too. Can't forget about Bennington because Bennington is going to play a Class A schedule for 2 years in football. Well, their enrollment, but they're still within the Eastern Midlands Conference, which is primarily Class B schools like Waverly, Elkhorn, Norris, Gretna East, Gretna, and all those places. Yeah, they are moving to A for football because they're going to be building another school up there.
Okay.
Because a lot more people are moving out to Bennington. So,
Yeah, so I think I would like to see how Bennington matches up with a lot of the Metro teams.
Yeah, it's gonna be
to be honest
interesting.
with you, it'd be fun to watch.
It's fun to watch.
So,
But we'll be able to bring a lot of that stuff to your living rooms as we approach the fall sports season.
Yeah.
Motzi, thank you.
You bet, fellas. No trivia or
Oh, we
anything?
got trivia?
Well, we were talking
Oh,
about
sorry.
Legion baseball. There was a team from the stretch of 2011 to 2016 that won 5 of 6 of the Legion championships. Can you tell me who that was?
Creighton Prep.
Yeah.
He's the almanac.
It's either them or West Side.
I feel like that was a layup.
Yeah, that was
He needed one today.
That was a bunny.
It's cloudy outside.
That was a bunny put back.
You got one. A little tip in.
Well, the only reason why I know I would probably remember that is because, about that time we were covering regional stuff. And anytime the regionals would be played up in like North Dakota or South Dakota, Prep was always one of them.
Always one of
And then
them.
West Side or, Millard South would be another. So, but yeah. I that was kind of a shot in the dark guess, by the way.
He's the almanac, Jeff Moats. The myth, the man, the legend. Mochi,
Yeah.
thank you, brother. Appreciate
All right.
you.
Have a good sports weekend,
You
fellas.
too. That's the almanac, Jeff Moats. When we come back, a little more reaction to LeBron James news and stories that we missed.
Hmm. 100% Mozi. Exciting year in football, even with Millard South and West Side dominating. The second tier will be fun. No, that's true.
100%.
Yeah. Seriously. I think, you know what? If we have somebody from Lincoln that hedges out and makes a good run and gets a couple of quality wins
Yeah.
and gets to the playoffs, that'll be remarkable, number one. Number two, it'll be interesting to see how they would match up against the Metro. But I think a lot of people are going to be kind of sitting back and watching like, okay, let's watch these teams beat each other up. Who is the powerful team in Omaha, or for that matter, the state of Nebraska? Is it going to be Millard South? Is it Millard North? Is it West Side? Is it Prep? Is it Bell West, Westview, Central?
Could be anybody.
It could be anybody. Omaha North? Don't know. So
It's going to be a lot of fun. That's what's going to be fun.
all right, fellas.
Thanks, Mozi. Have a great weekend.
You
my friend.
too.
Let's go back to this real quick. This news. We got to go here.
Get that Sixers jersey.
Nope. Oh, boy. Steve Malone might be all up in some love. He's a big Sixers fan.
Yeah. All right. Howdy.
We'll read this. I think LeBron has commented. I think. Is that the official LeBron Twitter page?
Now they can release the NBA schedule.
Yeah. Well, they got to make it probably now.
Yep. I think that Lakers game with them, maybe. That'd be fun.
It'd be fun.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Special thanks there to the Almanac Jeff Moats. Boy, as we in the middle of that segment announced, we didn't break the news. The breaking news was LeBron James signing with the Philadelphia 76ers 2-year deal for $8 million. We now know what the purpose is. I believe I'm on the right Twitter account for LeBron James.
Yeah, it's him.
We can kind of go through a little bit. It said, I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I needed some time to really decide, but pretty sure I played my last game. Wow, that's enlightening. Maybe I was honest at the last press conference when I said I needed time to look at myself and decide what I love. The past few weeks have been special. I've never been able to have no clue what to do, and the real time just to think. I've had an incredible few months with the people I love trying to figure it all out. This is my last decision. I'm not going for the money. I'm not going for the family. What am I really playing for at this point? I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete, to win, and have a chance of the feeling of winning another championship. I believe I can make the 76ers a championship team. I'm excited to energize a new fan base and start the incredible journey. One last time, thank you, LA. Miami, I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always be home. LeBron James on Twitter. Headed for the ring. Is that what we're hearing?
Yes, and I have some questions. Listen, in basketball, there is only one ball. There are 5 players on the court. That is my only concern. Well, I have a couple concerns. I have a concern with this team with you have Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, and Joel Embiid all on the court at the same time. Who gets the basketball?
Mm-hmm. Who's your facilitator? Maxey, Brown, James, Embiid.
They're probably going to be able to, each one of them, they can go and score at any point. But is there going to be anything with that? And also, where's the depth? If you go and look at the 76ers roster, the bench.
Yeah.
They've got nobody on the bench.
Now I don't know what their cash situation is, but LeBron taking a huge, whatever discount he has, he doesn't need the cash. As you can see, a 2-year, $8 million on there. It'd be interesting to see what they do, and how this all pans out. Do you think this makes them the favorite now?
It's going to on paper,
right?
Yeah.
I think the shock would be yes, they're the favorite. I think. We discussed it earlier. I thought the East was the move. The East was the easier move to make one of those teams a contender versus the West. The West are only 2 options. Again, what we were told.
Yeah.
Golden State, Minnesota. The East is on paper, easier. Now, the Knicks are still there.
It's just going to be...
I don't know if it makes them the favorite, but I think it's going to be real close. I think they're a top 3.
It's going to be extremely hard for any team going against the 76ers to get consistent stops. It's like, okay, here comes Jaylen Brown. All right, you stopped him. Good luck. Here's Joel Embiid. Okay, you want to double him? Okay, leave LeBron James open. Mm-hmm. And you also got Tyrese Maxey. It's really... you have depth concerns, you have some other concerns as well, but thinking about it logically and realistically, you have to put them as the favorite in the East, in my humble opinion.
Something a lot more to come there as LeBron James has made his decision on where what it sounds like he'll finish his career at. And it'll be Philadelphia. And some other news, some college basketball news. Duke-Michigan game, basketball, that was previously in the works to be in Miami on December 21st has been called off. Now, the matchup, the 2 powers, CES Sports is reporting this, first revealed at the end of April. They've moved on. There have been complications with the Big Tens, which we thought might happen. Complicated with the Big Ten's broadcasting deal is what has stopped this. Because they thought this might be Amazon. It has stopped it. They'll no longer have that game, but now being reported that they will be playing Texas Tech now instead. No Duke, Michigan. You're not getting it based on money.
We need big games like that in college basketball.
They're trying to get there, but it has been scrapped over the TV issues.
You see Bryson's comments about the Open?
Yeah, give me some of them.
said he believes he would have been right there for the claret jug if he did not receive a 2-shot penalty in the Open Championship last week at Royal Brookdale. He was punished, as we all know, and he believes that if he was not punished, he thinks he would have had a better chance to win. Your thoughts?
Sure. He still had a chance to win. He got to play the next day. Ended up being what? 2 back. He was 1 back. He was 3 back. He could have played his way still to win. Right?
Yeah. Sounds like
it's fine.
Nah.
Sounds like sour grapes.
Yeah.
Boy, the Panthers report out of camp. Boy, this is bad. Nick Scrouton, unfortunately, sounds like second-year promising defender, torn ACL on first day of training camp. Yikes! Unfortunate news out of any NFL camp, but the Panthers now reporting that.
The Texas Longhorns are reporting that they're seeing a different side of Arch Manning coming out during camp.
What side have they been looking at, and what side do they see now?
Looks like he is taking ownership of being a leader and leading the team. I think Arch could have a really, really, really good season this year. I think we saw flashes of it. Early on, he was struggling a lot. It's kind of hard to open your college football career on the road against Ohio State. But as the season went on, you kind of saw him progress a little bit. I think he got a little bit more comfortable in that offense. Now they're saying he's turning into a leader. And if he does, I think Texas could take off with him writing things.
You see this soccer story of the new Germany head coach?
I did not.
Klopp, is that his name? Last name Klopp? On Friday, he unveiled, he's a former Liverpool guy, I believe. Here's what he said. He returns to full-time management for the first time, ending his 9-year stint in the charge of Liverpool. That's how we open up. He said, and this is quote, if at any point you all think it's not enough for just 1 or 2 to feel this way that I should leave, I will leave without severance pay. If you go after my family and don't leave them alone, I will leave. Respect his family's privacy while he's the coach in Germany. If you do not respect that, I will up and leave without severance.
I don't see any problem with that.
Nope.
I think he's 100% valid for having that reasoning.
Should be more of that, by the way.
Did you see Salvador Perez hit his
317?
Yeah, I think he either broke the record or tied the record for the all-time home runs with the Royals.
I think he broke it. I don't know. I can't remember. What that was, but I thought he broke it.
Well, he hit it into the fountain out at Kauffman Stadium, and there was a gentleman that decided that he was going to go after that baseball, who ended up finding himself in handcuffs shortly after that. And Salvador Perez was urging the Kansas City police to release him from jail.
Boy, I wonder what the Tiger's going to do. You see what Schoolboy said on Thursday?
Mm-mm.
I think we have a chance to win the World Series. I've said that since spring training. That never changed. I want to be here. Also, the Braves look like they're getting Acuna back today.
Hopefully.
You guys have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us. Monday, Evan Bland, Elijah returns. We'll have a lot of NBA reactions as well. So sit back. Hey, you guys have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Catch you on a Monday.